Hello my dear students, so this is the continuation video for the chapter The Heart of the Tree exercises from your treasure trove book. So the third extract says, he plants cool shade and tender rain and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again, he plants the joy that unborn eyes shall see. So the first question of this extract is, enumerate any three benefits of planting trees as suggested by the poet in this extract. What do the plants do to provide cool shade? Answer. The three benefits of planting trees are A. Provide cool shade, B. Cause tender rain, C. Bear seeds and buds for the future progeny which help in the growth of dense forests. The canopy of the branches of the tree provide cool shade in the hot sun. Next question says, the water evaporates, condenses and falls as rain. What role do the trees play in this process of producing rain? Answer. Plants releases water vapor into the air in a process called transpiration. The water vapor then rises in the atmosphere and forms new rain clouds, and that water vapor returns to earth in the form of rain. Next question. How do the last two lines of the extract explain the process of regeneration? How does the man plant the forest's heritage? And question number 4 says, how do the trees provide for the harvest of the following years? So the answer for these two questions is going to be the same. And the answer is, the trees bear seeds and buds for future progeny. With each passing year, the trees grow and one day they die and are replaced by new trees. The trees then flush again as the harvest of the coming age. Thus, from a tree planted by a man, entire forest grows for his future generations. The man who plants a tree passes over an entire forest to a new generation. Next question. What does the expression unborn eyes indicate? What will they see that would bring them joy? Answer. The expression unborn eyes indicate the future generation which is yet to be born. The unborn eyes shall see the entire forest that is left for them as heritage by the previous generation. They will rejoice as they will reap all the benefits of the trees that have been planted by their predecessors. Next extract says, he plants in sap and leaf and wood in love of home and loyalty, and Farquhar's thought of civic good, his blessings on, stirs in his heart who plants the tree. So the first question from this extract is, the poet says he plants in sap and leaf and wood. Which figure of speech is used here? Explain its usage with two other examples from the poem. Answer. The figure of speech used here is metonymy, in which a thing or concept is called not by its own name but rather by a metonym, that is, by the name of something associated in meaning with that thing or concept. As we can see, whole of the poem runs on the series of metonymic associations of a tree with its qualities. According to the poet, the one who plants a tree plants cool shade, tender rain, a friend of sun and sky. These phrases here, like the phrases sap and leaf and wood, are thus metonyms as they bear direct association with a tree. Next question. What is meant by Farquhar's thought of civic good? In what way is the planter's work a blessing? State for whom it is a blessing. Answer. Farquhar's thought of civic good means the man who plants a tree foresees the well-being of the city and its citizens in his act of planting trees. The planter's work helps human beings to get food from plants' sap and leaves, besides wood for their use. It is a blessing on the entire neighborhood of the man who plants trees. Next question. Give the meaning of the following lines. Who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of our land? Answer. The man who plants a tree holds all the growth of our land by providing the economic, commercial and aesthetic benefits of the tree for mankind. Next. In what way a nation's growth depends on planting trees? Answer. A nation's growth depends on planting trees, as the land without trees would become barren. The growth of a land depends on its environment, its citizens' well-being, and its import commercial relations with other countries. All these benefits are possible only with plantation of trees. Next question. Comment on the appropriateness of the title of the poem, The Heart of the Tree. So, for this answer, I want you all to refer to Critical Remarks, page number 18 of your poems workbook. There, you can get a clear information about the appropriateness of the title of the poem, The Heart of the Tree. Okay, so that was the last extract and the last question for this chapter, that is The Heart of the Tree. Thank you.